Looks like you want to set up a public limited company. Let me tell you, you have clicked onto the right video. In this video, I will explain how a public limited company is established in India with the easiest and the most simplistic process and in the least possible time. Before I proceed, let me first introduce myself. I am Tushar Bakshi, a startup advisor at Setindiabiz, where we provide tax, IPR and compliance services to businesses in India. In this video, I will explain number 1, meaning of a public limited company, 2, minimum requirements to set it up, 3, process and documents for its registration. So let's begin without any delay. Meaning of public limited company. A public limited company is established, incorporated and regulated under the Companies Act of 2013. It is one of the most preferred choice for startups targeting high growth and large-scale business operations. When compared to a private limited company, it offers benefits like flexibility in share transfer, robust regulatory framework, and trading of shares on public platforms like stock exchange markets to investors and the general public alike. However, like a private limited company, the ownership of a public limited company is shared among its owners in the ratio of shares held by them. The shareholders also share the profits of the company in a predetermined, mutually agreed ratio, while their liabilities are fixed to the unpaid amount of capital they have subscribed to in the company. Requirements to set up a public limited company. To set up a public limited company, you must fulfill certain prerequisites, conditions as prescribed by the Companies Act of 2013. Here's a list of all such minimum conditions. Number 1, at least 7 shareholders and 3 directors. 2, at least 1 resident director. 3, a registered office address. 4th, a unique and valid name of the company. And 5th, some amount of capital invested in the company. So let us discuss each of these conditions one by one. Minimum number of shareholders and directors. A minimum number of 7 shareholders and 3 directors are required to start a public limited company. Shareholders can either be individuals or body corporates, Indian or foreign in origin. Together they share the ownership of the public limited company in the ratio of shares held by them. On the other hand, the directors can be Indian or foreign individuals appointed by the shareholders to act as the agent of the company and control its overall management. However, while appointing the directors, shareholders must keep in mind that at least one director is a resident Indian or has lived in India for more than 182 days in an immediately preceding financial year. Name of the company. A public limited company must have a legally valid name, which must be chosen according to the guidelines mentioned in laws like the Companies Act, the Trademark Act, and the Names and Emblems Act. Precisely, the name must not be identical or similar to the name of any existing company, LLP, an applied or a registered trademark. Also, it must not contain words that show patronage of the government. You can read our blog or watch our detailed video on the naming guidelines. The links are given in the description box. Third, registered office address. The address with which a public limited company is registered is considered as its registered office address. It is this address where all the official correspondence of the company are sent to and where the company is required to maintain all its registers, records and account books. However, it is not necessary for it to conduct its business activities at this specific address only. Number 4, capital of the company. Finally, a public limited company should have some amount of paid up capital as decided by its shareholders, since the Companies Act does not prescribe a minimum value for it. Now the stepwise process. So far we have understood what a public limited company really is. and what are the minimum requirements to set it up. In case you have further questions, please feel free to ask in the comments or chat with our representatives. So let us now discuss the online process of public limited company registration, beginning with documentation and concluding with the issuance of the certificate of registration by the ROC. Here are the steps to register a public limited company in India. Number 1. Documentation. To apply for the incorporation of a public limited company, you must produce certain documents as prescribed by the law. Keeping in mind that if the documentation is not done correctly, the entire application for registration may get rejected. And we strongly recommend that you arrange all the necessary documents beforehand. I will discuss all the documents required later in this video. For now, let's proceed to the next step, which is selecting the name of the company. Number 2. Selection and reserving company's name. We have already discussed the legal guidelines and principles for naming a public limited company earlier in this video. If you still struggle to select the name, you can submit a name search request to us and propose as many as 5 different names of your choice. We will prepare a detailed search and feasibility analysis report of all the names and suggest which ones are valid and available for your use. The link of the request form is given in the description box. Number 3. Filing of Spice Plus application. After arranging all the documents and selecting the name, you are required to fill out the online Spice Plus application available on the official website of MCA. The application is divided into 2 parts. Part A for reserving the name of the company with the registrar of the Central Registration Center, and Part B for the incorporation of the company. The application is signed by one director authorized for the purpose using a digital signature certificate and submitted to the ROC after the payment of the prescribed application fee. Number 4. Issuance of Certificate of Incorporation and SIN. The ROC, after receiving the application for incorporation, verifies all its details and documents. Only after it is satisfied with the authenticity of the application, they shall register the public limited company and issue a certificate of incorporation as a conclusive proof of such registration. Also, they will allot a unique corporate identification number or SIN to the company, which will be mentioned in the certificate of registration itself, along with the PAN and TAN of the company. Now with this, we complete our discussion on the process of registration. I will now list all the necessary documents one by one. Documents required for public limited company registration. We can divide the required documents in 3 parts. Number 1. Documents of promoters. 2. Documents of the registered office premises. And 3. Documents of the company. The promoters have to upload self-attested copies of their PAN, Aadhaar identity proof and address proof along with a latest colored photograph. As identity proof, any one among voter ID, driving license, Aadhaar and passport can be submitted. But if the promoter is a foreigner, submitting passport will be mandatory. As address proof, the promoters can submit any one among electricity bill, water bill, telephone bill and bank statement not older than 2 months and containing the name of the promoter. Among the documents of the registered office premise, a proof of address containing the name of the company and a no objection certificate will be required. Make sure that the registered office is lockable premises where the company is maintaining all its legal documents and account books. Finally, among legal documents of the company, its memorandum and articles of association, consent of directors, informed director too, and signed subscriber sheet will have to be submitted. We provide you with an online questionnaire seeking all the details and documents required for registration. The link of the questionnaire is given in the description box. Now, the main question: how can Setindiabiz help? Registering a public limited company with Setindiabiz is an extremely easy and affordable process. You can customize a package that suits your requirements by using our online company registration fee calculator. Link is given in the description box. Our team of qualified and skilled CA, CS and paralegal experts will assist you at every single step of your company incorporation. Our services include advising the best business structure based on your needs, assisting you throughout the company registration process, fulfilling legal and tax compliances after registration. Well, what are you waiting for? Talk to our startup advisors and begin the journey of your public limited company formation with utmost ease and effortlessness. So this is it for this video. If you are interested to learn more, you can check our websites. The links are given in the description box. You can also reach us by calling us at 9899-600-605 or via WhatsApp. You can find the link in the description box as well. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like it, share it, and you can leave your comments down below. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching. Watch our other videos as well.